Hello and welcome along to Mondo Chelloveck Movies. My name is John, and this video is going to be some pickups from HMV and CEX and also a quick channel update. So at work at the moment, due to staffing levels, it looks like we're probably going to be doing a lot more shifts in the foreseeable future. So this is kind of a heads up just to say that I do want to put on my 3 videos a week. I want to try and do that. It might not affect the channel, but it might. So sometimes you might only see 1 to 2 videos a week. Hopefully it won't come to that. I'm looking to put my 3 videos out all the time because that's what I like doing. And I'm just giving you a heads up that it might sort of affect the channel, but fingers crossed that it won't. So also I've got these here, which is the Action Summer Specials. This is going to be something I've been trying to do for a long time actually, to get these back into the circulation on the channel. So the next in the Action series will be Summer Specials and then the annuals, and then I will go into Battle Action as well, the comic that came after Action when it merged with Battle. But I want to get back to these because I've let this one go for quite a bit. But I do need to sort of read these ones up. I need to read them all again to sort of come up with. I've got a few ideas where I want to take this series after that. Also, I do plan to do some more music in the studio, and this will take the form of a kind of a soundtrack album that I'm going to try and do. That's going to try and sound like a soundtrack. So I'm interested to get stuck into that and also record some of the stuff on there because I haven't been in the studio much this year. So that's the studio coming up, there's some action comics coming up, and also, hopefully, fingers crossed, I'll not stop doing my 3 videos a week, but it might be coming up. But I'll give you more heads up about that down the line. So anyway, what did I pick up from HMV? First of all, I picked up Madness, the best of. Now, weirdly enough, you know when you know about this band, obviously I've known about this band forever. I didn't pick much stuff up by them. Actually, I was looking for a single I had of theirs, Michael Caine. It was a double single, I remember that, and couldn't find it at all. But I did find some other stuff. Now this here has got 42 songs in it, from 1979 to 2017. Now these are Deborah's singles. She had got Driving in My Car, B-side Animal Farm, The Sun and the Rain, B-side Fireball XL5, and Wings of a Dove, with some embossing there, and the B-side is Behind the Ball. Now she's a big fan of Madness, but funny enough I haven't got any sort of anything to do with Madness. The other day I was thinking about them. I thought I had a little look on YouTube and just had a bit like browse through their music, especially the early stuff. Oh, there's a knob. It's not, it's fluff. And I just was surprised at how much stuff they really had out that I remembered and thought, oh, these are amazing. So I thought, right, I'm going to go and have a look. So for $6.99 I picked this up. Also, the second CD is from stuff that they've got when they've kind of reformed a bit. So yeah, so I put it on the car and I'm listening to it in the car and I'm having a great time with it actually. It's a bit of a nostalgia trip as well. But I tell you what, they had wrote some great songs back in the day. So that's Full House, the very best of Madness. Also from HMV, I picked up the next Italian collection title that was out, Blood and Diamonds. It's got a great cover, this. Now, this is spine number 76 in the Italian Classics collection, which goes up to round about there. It's got a great reversible art here, and it's a 4K master. And you do get in here, you do get a nice booklet, and the booklet's got a lot of text in it, some very old pictures, you know, artwork, which I love. And this is actually, it's the second part in the trilogy. I think that it's a loose trilogy, and it's directed by Fernando De Leo. And there's a narrow title called Calibro 9, and which I've got. The third one I haven't got, which is called The Boss, I think. And I'm interested to see what this one. I have to watch although I have watched that one before, that Arrow one, and the soundtrack on Calibro 9 is one of the best soundtracks you'll ever hear. Absolutely brilliant. So you do get the disc in there, and you also get this poster, nice poster, which you get in all of these sets, even the ones that are like the small, like you get the big box there, but you get like smaller ones as well. It's excellent art, that original art. And even this one is brand new art, really nice. What I'll say about this set is that the price £19.99. Now, these ones here, the smaller ones, were there. They were £14.99. And I'm thinking, there was only one disc in here. I know it's a 4K remaster. Does that have anything to do with it? I'm not too sure. But what I'm thinking of, this does seem like the booklet's a little bit sort of, the poster's good. The artwork, when I flipped it around, this sort of the sleeve insert feels a bit sort of cheap. I spoke about this before. The actual Blu-ray itself seems a very like a cheap like case. I know people have got to cut the cloth accordingly, but sometimes I think fair enough if you want to take the quality down a little bit and keep it to £15. I can understand that. But for me, all the thing you're getting is like kind of like a 4K remaster for £19.99. I don't know. I feel as if this is a little bit of a joke actually, because thinking about these massive boxes here, these are £25. This is £20 for like a regular disc, which I've seen them put out before at £15. Little bit disappointed with that, if I've got to say. So anyway, the 4K on this movie, it's 1977. It looks really nice. I wouldn't say it's the best 4K Blu-ray, 4K remaster Blu-ray I've seen, but it's pretty good, and especially for 1977. You've got to think of the elements at the time not being that great, and it does look quite a good movie. I do need to get the Calibro 9 watch before I watch this one, and if it's anything as good as that one, this one should be good. The print is very clean. That's what I will say about it, and the colours are nice, but it's a little, I would say, a little bit underwhelming as a 4K one, because some of the 4Ks they have in the Italian collection remasters are absolutely brilliant. So it's a great entry, but to be honest, I'm not liking that price. I think the most you should pay for this is about £16. So anyway, that's Blood and Diamonds. So also on my last video I talked about Puppet Master, The Littlest Reich. This is from a company called Exploitation Films. Now, I hadn't got a clue where this one was from, and this is out in 4K, but I think the 4K is around about £20–30. I would imagine it would look good, because this is probably the best looking Blu-ray I've ever seen. It's stunning. So, but this was only £8, so £8 to £20–30 is a big jump. And to be honest, I can't imagine you get anything more on that 4K disc in way of quality. Well, not much more anyway. So this is actually a Xavier exclusive, believe it or not. So yeah, so that's a bit more details about this. And also it's got, I didn't realise that was him, it's got Udo Kier in there as well. So it's got a lot of stuff going for it, which I like. Love these films. So that's the Xavier exclusive of Puppet Master, The Littlest Reich. So from CEX I picked up for £8 Orphans. This is on the indicator label, spine number 157. This is the limited edition one as well for £8, so I thought, yes please, I'm having that. It's got a booklet in here, a nice booklet, as it always do in these limited editions. Actually, to be honest, that's all you get from limited editions. You get like a booklet, everything else is practically the same, and you also get the sleeve coming all the way up, which I don't mind at all. This movie here, didn't know anything about it, but what I did know about it was that it was directed by Peter Mullen. Now, Peter Mullen is one of my favourite actors of all time. He's absolutely brilliant in everything he does. He's amazing in this movie here. If you haven't seen this, you've got to check it out. So beware though, it's very realistic and brutal at times. This movie is directed and written by Paddy Constantine, and it's a great movie. The actors in here, you get Peter Mullen, Olivia Colman, and Eddie Marsan. Three great actors, and this is an absolutely brilliant film, but it is quite shocking at times. So his performance is amazing in here. I just wanted to mention that. So this one here, I think it's to do with it's like a sort of dark comedy. I think it's to do with it's like a wake at somebody's died, somebody's funeral, and they have this funeral and they get all the brothers together, and of course what happens there, they get a bit drink on them, things go crazy. So if it's anything like Tyrannosaur or anything else that he's done, that sold me, and especially that he's actually directed this, written and directed this movie, makes me want to check it out even more. I think this movie it's from 1998, 102 minutes long, and 185:1 aspect ratio. So, but for £8 you couldn't knock that one back. So that's Orphans. So finally from CEX, I saw this the other day and I thought, that sounds like it could be quite watchable. But it was about £9, and I thought, no chance, I'm not paying that for it. So when I went in there the other day, it was £5. So I thought I'll have that, and it is Spandau Ballet, Soul Boys of the Western World. Now I remember when this was talked about coming out, I think it was 2014 when they all got back together. Of course, they've all fallen out again. I like the fact, well, I don't know if I like the fact that people have fallen out in bands, but I think it adds more to the flavour of documentaries and stuff. So this here is quite a good, for £5 you can't knock this. You do get some sort of R cards in there. You get 3 discs in there. And disc 1 is the feature film. Disc 2 is the BBC nationwide photo shoot for Axum, 25th of February 1981. BBC nationwide interview, February 1981. Interview by Pat Wardsley at the Underground Club, New York, 5th of May 1981. Performance at the Underground Club, 6th of May 1981. So it looks like you get some stuff in the gig there. And disc 3 is the Isle of Wight Festival, 13th of June 2010. To cut a long story short, Time Machine edit, theatrical trailer. So this kind of tells the story of Spandau Ballet, but it's got some archive footage in it. And when I checked it out, it's got 5.1 surround sound, and these cards came with it. I mean, I wouldn't say they're anything outstanding or earth-shattering, but nice to have them. Although they don't mention them in the box on the cover. And so these are the type of things that I do like watching. I do get a blast out of them, especially these ones when they go back into this time frame. I do like this early 80s stuff with this new romantic stuff. That was quite an interesting time in music in general. Now, I've got quite a lot of music, not really too much from Spandau Ballet, although I did like a couple of songs, very early songs, nothing when they turned a bit like sort of poppy, in the mid 80s. Preferred the early stuff. So yeah, I like watching these documentaries about bands and the trials and tribulations, about people not liking each other and falling out and all that type of thing. So I'd be interested to check this one out. What I'm going to do is as well, I'm going to go through all of my music Blu-rays, because I've got quite a few of them. I've got music DVDs, I've got music VHS as well. So I'll do them at one time as well. So like I say, quick heads up that work won't actually affect this channel. So thanks for watching, you take care, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.
This is awesome fun.